Okay, so I'd like to show you 10 of the best Apple II games, or 10 of my favourites. And we're going to start with Alien Reign by good old Tony Suzuki. Tony did a lot of Apple II games, and Alien Reign was one of his. He did Alien Typhoon and Star Blazer and all sorts, I think. I think it was Star Blazer. But he did a whole bunch of games. Tony Suzuki, champion programmer. They didn't have any problems with seizure graphics back then, so that was a bit of a seizure causer, that one. And here we go, the game's going through its intro, and then we start playing. So, pretty simple game, just a bit like Space Invaders or Galaga or Galaxian, probably more like Galaxian than any others. And there's another version called Alien Typhoon, which has got many more enemies, and there's other ones as well that he did. The little sods are flickery and jerky, and they change direction really fast, and they drop bombs out of nowhere. God, I was lucky to escape that. And away they go. So it's a really tricky little game. Up to level 2 already, so it's not real hard to get through levels, as long as you don't get hit by the crazy swarm of aliens that come down. And they're tiny little bombs that are hard to see behind us, with the stars flickering as well. But, yeah, so nice little game. Pretty basic. But, great graphics for the time. Absolutely great graphics. And played that a fair bit in the early 80s. So that's probably pretty well it for Alien Reign. A good little game. Next up we've got Apple Panic. One of my favourite Apple II games of all time. Apple Panic. Here's the introduction. This little alien guy jumps on his head and goes squawk. And then on we go to the game. Looks like the sound's not working. Well, no, it is. And so the trick here is to dig holes with your spade. There's a spade, you dig holes. And then when the aliens fall in it, you bury them in a hole, and they fall through and drop through to the next level or level down. And these guys here are all just one-hole monsters. You just have to drop them through one hole. Later on, there's monsters that require 2 holes, or 2 levels, 3 levels, and so on. So it gets harder and harder as you go. More monsters and tougher monsters. You've got to drop them through more holes. And the big trick to the game, it was really a bit of a knack to get it to dig right. And the way to find out when you got monsters that have to drop through 2 holes or 3 levels of holes, you've got to make sure you line up the holes right. So here I'm digging it in the wrong place. Oh no, same. So the holes are the same shape. And here I'll dig it in the wrong place on purpose, just so you can see how the holes are different shapes. See, they don't match up. So you just fill that one in, press S to fill it in, and it fills in 6 times, and then move a bit, and then dig 6 times. There we go. So you've got some holes dug there to trap all those monsters. And what I'll do, you can't drop through on top of it. You've got to be careful not to jump on top of them, and fill it in quick before the monster drops out. And it'll go bang, 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 and you got some points. So that's Apple Panic. It's a great old game. Played Apple Panic a lot. It was my first Apple II game. My very first. And I think it was anyway, from memory. And certainly I was playing Sabotage around then too. And this is just taking you through to a screenshot later on in the game where you got tougher monsters that need to go through more levels of holes. We've got a couple of 2 level and a couple of 3 level monsters there. Okay, on to Aztec. Aztec. A great game. I've still got the original discs and box for this one. And great game, but also a quirky game. A very quirky game. And I'll explain why in a minute. So, and the controls are as awkward as hell too. You've got to push W for walk, R to run, J to jump, S to stand, A to go right, D to go left, or A to go left and D to go right, and so on. And you've got all these search keys and keys to pull out weapons and go into fight mode. Oh, now right on the edge of that platform I just jumped from, there's a little trapdoor there. See, the platform's a little bit different on the right-hand side of those stairs. Just where I jumped across, on that little right-hand side, the platform's a bit different. That's a trapdoor. If I just walked onto that, I would have fallen through down to the crocodile. And he would have bit the hell out of me. You can see one of the problems with Aztec there is that monsters go through walls. So yeah, they come out of nowhere and they go through walls and all sorts of things. So it's a bit of a sort of a frustrating game. It takes a long time to took me a long time to finish the game. You can finish it much quicker, of course, if you're saving the game. And certainly with modern emulators, you can save states and things, and that makes it really easy to finish a game. But I've got into run mode there, so that's why I'm outpacing the snake. There's a garbage heap on the right-hand side, so I'll jump across, and then I'll do some searches on the garbage heap. And there's I think that's a bomb, a grenade, I think it is. A couple of nasty monsters down below. You've got to be really careful of traps. I'll show you some traps coming up soon. Another garbage pile, might also do a search of that. Yep, nothing there in that one. There's another trapdoor right below me now. See the trapdoor on the second level? On the middle level there, there's another little trapdoor. Got to be really careful of those because you just fall straight through. As soon as you walk on them, you've got to jump over them. Stair climbing's another tricky thing. You've got to press the C key to go into stair climbing mode. You can walk downstairs, that's fine, but to climb upstairs, you've got to press C to go into climb mode. And you've got to be careful to turn it off again, otherwise if you stay in climb mode, you climb over chests and rubbish heaps, and it's really quite crazy. I might show you that a little bit later. So I jump the snake there. And we'll jump that. And I'll search that. Open, and look, nothing's in the chest. Okay, and I'll jump this. Jump. And we'll do another jump. J, yep. And just to show you the stairs, I might do a C here and climb up. So you can actually climb back through to where you started from again. That takes you back down again, which is quite okay. It's just a cute little feature. So let's see what we can do here. Let's fall down. Falling down can hurt you, and it takes a bit of your strength. There's an inventory key you can push as well, and it shows you what whether you got a gun or not, whether you got explosives or not, whether you got a machete. You can use machetes to chop down the monsters that are down low, like the snakes and the spiders that are crawling along the floor. I've got to be very careful of this trapdoor here. Oh, just jumped over it. And I'll jump over this spider. Yep. Oops, and I've fallen down there, so now I'm prey to that. Oh, I'm prey to the cat. You can jump through walls sometimes. You can lunge through walls. There, I got pushed through a wall and fell down onto the level down below. So you can see there's collision detection glitches and things all around. There are levels where there's traps, and sometimes you get, oh, there's a bomb. Get out of there. I should have gone a bit further maybe. There it goes. It knocked me over and probably took a bit of my strength as well. So there's half the chest there. And I'll jump across and see if I can open it, but sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, and I can't open it here. It's closed, I can't open it. So the chest is sort of half blown away, but what's left I can't even look in. It's closed, yeah. Oh, falling down, that would have definitely taken some... And you see I've fallen through the level there. And so there's all sorts of graphics glitches. So if you do get stuck, and say the level's filling up with water, don't panic. Just go into fight mode and try and change your machete and try and lunge through walls. I'll show you that a little bit later, and you can actually fall down through levels. So even if the section of the level you're in is filling up with water and there's no way out, you can still escape by using the graphics glitches to get through walls. So it's quite a funny game that way. Frustrating too. And of course you can be standing here thinking you're nice and safe, and monsters will just come through walls and get you, which is really terrible. Terribly frustrating. But yeah, I'm trying to get through a wall, but I'm not in fight mode. So I don't have a weapon at this stage. I don't have a machete. So to get through walls, the best way, I'm trying to crawl through a wall here. Sometimes you can get through that way, but it's very unlikely. The best way to get through a wall, if you need to, is have a machete and change into fight mode, and then just keep lunging through the wall. So I've exited here, and I'll start a new game. So yep, start a new game. Back to the menu. Run the game again. And just waiting for it to load. Press a key. This was again this was beautiful graphics. People would crowd around to watch this game back in the early 80s. 82 this was. And people would, and here I am skipping ahead, but people would gather around to watch this game because it was so pretty and so beautiful. Same with Apple Panic to a degree as well. Apple Panic was a beautiful game at the time. It was a little bit earlier than this one. I think it was 1980. Whoop, there I'm in a trap. The wall came down. And so I'll fall through that trapdoor. Whoop, see the water's coming down on top of me? Well, purple water, but whatever it is, it's going to crush me or drown me. And so graphics glitches again. I'll try and jump through here. Open a chest. Nothing's in there. I'll try and get out of here. First I'll see if it comes through the trapdoor. Okay, so that top bit of the levels fill up. The floor might stop it, or it might come through the trapdoor, but it will actually come through the trapdoor and keep coming down. Okay, so here it comes down. So I'm going to try and get out now. Oh, got out. Okay, so I was pretty lucky there. I'll go into search this rubbish pile or chest. Open. Got a machete. Cool. So now you can go into fight mode and also kill. There's the inventory. So I've got 0 bullets. Oops, something got me. Something came through the wall and got me there, which is really unfair, but anyway. Now we're in fight mode, and I'm lunging down, lunging forward. Oops, I'm trapped, lunging forward. That's how you get through walls. Lunge down, lunge forward. So you go into fight mode and do that. And you can often get through the wall before it starts hurting you. I think the water level's going to rise. No, it's coming down as well. It's going to come down on top of me, so I've got to get out quickly. Change into fight mode, lunge through a wall. Change into fight mode, turn. And lunge down. Yep, there we go, I got through. And now this monster's going to get me and push me back through. Jump! Yes! Climb. C for climb. Okay. I didn't turn it off, so I'm climbing on top of the rubbish pile. Climb, climb, climb! Ooh. Monster got me. I could have stabbed him with a machete if I'd gone into fight mode quick enough. As you can see, it's an adventure in dealing with 15 keys spread all over the keyboard. It's a pretty crazy game. There I climbed on top of the rubbish pile again just to show you what it's like. Okay, and this looks like another trap to me. There's floating platforms. There's a floating platform there going around. Must open this chest. Open. Nothing's in it. There's a rubbish pile under the stairs. Might as well have looked there. There's another grenade, it looks like. Explosive. Yep. So you can place explosives. J for jump. Whew. Okay. And open it. Nothing's in that one. So on and on you go, and eventually you go down through the levels. There's many levels to go through, and eventually you recover an idol, and then you've got to get back out of it again. Climb your way all the way back out again before the timer runs out. There's a help screen, tells you what the commands are. As you can see, there's a lot of keys to remember, and you go into fight mode, then you've got to get back out of fight mode. So a lot of keys there. So that's Aztec, a great game, and it certainly was a head turner back in the early 80s. People would gather around to watch you play it. And next up's Bolo. So Bolo, great little tank game, top-down tank game, very basic graphics. It's really just vector graphics. 1982, Elvyn software. This is a great little game too. And you start the game by entering a level and a density. And unless you got the manual, we had no idea what that meant at the time. And here I am, I'm controlling a little tank. And you can go 9 directions, and you turn around really quickly. And you can also rotate the turret fully around your body as well, around a tank body, so you can drive in one direction and shoot in another. But I don't do that very often, especially when I'm playing with a keyboard, because it can disorientate you, because the tank's so small it's hard to sometimes tell which way it's facing. So the turret actually helps you work out which way it's facing, even though that's really hard to see as well. Okay, you can barely see it's virtually a 1 pixel turret. Whoops, just nicked the wall there. And it's materialised me, and thankfully it's materialised me next to an alien base, or near an alien base, because there's an alien there. And the idea is you go through and you kill all the aliens. There's an alien base, that big square thing through the wall there. So you knock out the alien bases. There's usually, I think, 4 per level from memory. And you knock out all the bases, and you go to the next level where there's more monsters, more bases, tougher monsters. They shoot back quicker. The ones in this level are pretty dumb. They're not even shooting back. Okay, so as soon as you shoot that little circle in the middle of the base, the whole thing explodes, and you can lay into the enemies all around it. Okay, so that's Bolo. A pretty good little game. Again, I spent many hours playing Bolo. Oops, this guy's going to hit me. Yeah, they sort of zigzag into you. So if you get them coming too close, I'm just suiciding here. Next up, Cannonball Blitz. Okay, another good game, Cannonball Blitz. And Olaf Lubeck, another good programmer for the Apple II. He wrote a few games. And a bit of a strange introduction here, but that's just the way it was. I'll let it play the intro sequence. It brings up a cannon and a guard, shoots a cannonball, destroys the fort, and brings out Olaf's name, which is sort of a nice introduction. Keyboard or joystick, hit key, A for keyboard. And here's the first level, so there's several levels, 4 or 5 levels, I can't remember, I'd have to play it again to find out. But it's a bit disconcerting when your man's going to actually appear and where he's going to appear. But there he is, he appears now. And I'd forgotten where he appeared. I thought he might have appeared on the left, but he appears on the right. So it's sort of like Donkey Kong, but the bombs fall down on top of you and they twiddle those little jigsaws or seesaws. And you've got to be careful. Oops, there we go. The jumping accuracy's got to be pretty high. And sometimes you'll be waiting for bombs and they won't come through, and other ones will come through, and then you'll have 2 on top of you at once, and it's really hard. There we go, I made that jump. Will I wait for this guy? No, it's best to go down and proceed to the end of the platform. Don't want 2 mines coming at you, or 2 bombs coming at you at once. I'm in trouble here. Of course that would fall through, and it's going to put me up there with the cannonball, so that's the sort of thing that happens with Cannonball Blitz. It sets you up to get hit. But a good old game. That's Cannonball Blitz. Next up is Canyon Climber. Canyon Climber, another good game. Again, 4 or 5 levels, I think, from memory. And you've got to jump over the ends of the bridge, and it puts a little marker, the little tiny fuchsia or purple marker. And you can jump the goats, but again, you've got to be pretty accurate with your jumps. And as soon as you get all the markers on the ends on both ends of the bridges turned on, you can detonate the bridge with that little tiny blue plunger in the top right-hand corner. So there's no... Oops. Try to jump in, but he was too close. And the goats are a little bit faster than you too, so you've got to be careful not to let them get too close. If you walk... Oops, I'll stop on a ladder. If you walk away from them, they actually gain on you as you go. So there's a purple marker, there's another purple marker, so that's fine. Jump. Right, I made that one. And up here, you've got to be careful because the goats come out any time. 2s and 3s. And looks like I'm going to make it. And you hit that plunger in the right, and on to the next level. This one, it's not goats to avoid, it's arrows being fired. So again, you've got to be pretty accurate with the jumps. That was a bad jump. Okay, so you've got to be pretty accurate here. And that's it for Canyon Climb. That's enough play. So it's just a good for a quick game, that one. Next up, we've got Castle Wolfenstein coming up. So Castle Wolfenstein. Brilliant game. Silas Warner, master programmer for the Apple II. I'm going to press Control-R to reset my rank. I'm going to press K for keyboard. And you can read the text there. Basically, you're left with a gun and some bullets. And you've got to try and fight your way out of the castle with the map. And it's pretty hard to do. It's pretty random at times. Some maps are really easy. Some maps are hard. You can play a game again that's really hard. And the higher you go in rank, the harder it gets as well. The guards shoot at you and become nastier. So here I've got a guard right on top of me from the start. You've got to be very careful. If you run into doors and walls, that flickery it's a really nasty pattern. Sort of induces epilepsy shocks, or whatever you call them. So you can search the guards and get bullets off them and keys and things, and you can search chests as well. And you can see that chest is going to take 190. It took 190 seconds to open, but if you hold down the space bar, it doesn't count down by 1; it counts down by 2s. So a trick there was to hold down the space bar. And looking around the level there, you can see some stairs on the middle left, a door we've got to open on the middle right. You can open doors with keys, just holding down the space bar to open the door if you got keys. If you haven't got keys, you can blow your way through them with grenades, and you can blow through walls as well with grenades. And I think you can also shoot your way through doors. From memory, it's a long time since I played it. Grenades, U to use, so I'll go U, and I've got 1 grenade now. U to use another one. I've got 2 grenades. U to use a grenade. I've got 3 grenades now. That's the most you can carry. That's all you can carry at a time. So now I can blow my way through that door by throwing a grenade at it. And I'll go up there and I'll point my gun towards the door. So you've got to use the K key and get away from it, and go T for throw grenade. And I'm just checking the inventory. 9 bullets, 3 grenades. Okay, and throw a grenade. There we go. We're blowing our way through the wall, or through the door. And I can go up and open that chest as well if I want to. Might as well, I suppose, just to get started. 144 seconds. So some are about 90 seconds, some are about 180 seconds. And this is a big part of playing the game, was just opening these chests. and waiting for that damn timer to tick down. On some emulators, you can use a hotkey to toggle the emulation speed, and so then you could make it so you toggle down really quickly, and toggle the time down really quickly. But here I'm not using that key. So bullets you to use, and it just tops up your bullets to 10. Okay, so I'll go down there, and we're going to go down the stairs now. We're up the stairs, whatever it is. I think it's up the stairs. And we'll go down. Just to show you how you can blow through walls. There we are. Blew through that wall just to show you how you can do that. Okay, so once I get another grenade, top them up again. Top them up. So I'd use one to blow the wall and one to blow the door. So I've top back up to 3 grenades, which is the maximum you can carry. So let's go and have a look what's happening in the next room or next part of the level. It's very easy. There's so many keys to keep track of. There's 9 keys to movement, 9 keys to shooting. I dare not blow that door up because it's going to destroy me as well or kill me. So I'm going to use the keys. Trying your keys in 9 seconds, and there we go, it's open. So I managed to get keys off one of those guards I killed earlier. And I'll go around here as well and press the space bar to try the keys. 9 seconds, and there we go, it's open. And I won't worry about the chests. I won't bore you any longer. Or maybe we'll just one more. That was a 210 second one, that one. So quite a long one. And yes, so a lot of the game was spent waiting for chests to open. That was the main part of the game, followed by small parts of terror. When you go to a next room and there's three or four guards in there, as soon as you pull a gun out, they'll all react and go Schweinhund and stop and all that sort of stuff, and they'll start yelling at you, and they'll start shooting at you and trying to surround you and take you prisoner. As soon as they touch you, you're prisoner again, and you're basically back starting the game from the start again. So 8 seconds, almost there. Bulletproof vest, beautiful, you to use. And I've got a bulletproof vest now. My little vest changed there. So that makes me bulletproof until the vest is destroyed. Whoop, there's 2 guards in there. I'll just avoid them. I could take them on if I want to. I'll throw a grenade through just to through. So if you kill a guard with a grenade, it leaves no body. That means you can't search it and ransack it for keys and bullets and things. So it's best to try and kill the guards with, as you can see, I shot vertically. I pointed the gun vertically and shot vertically. You can point your gun in 8 directions and use the L key to shoot. And you can move in 8 directions and press the S key to stop. Only 1 guard here. I'll probably just skip through this room and keep going. Just run into a wall just for fun. So you can run diagonally and move diagonally. So my screen recorder crashed there, so I'll skip ahead and resume a bit later in the level. So I've just killed 2 guards in this room, 2 guards in that room. I'll show you what's down below here. 3 guards, and of course they start yelling at you, which is pretty frightening. They yell at you, they draw their weapons, they try to move to surround you, and I managed to kill him. So move to the left. One trick you can use in the levels is the guards don't like crossing over bodies. So if you kill a guard in a walkway like I have there, they generally, in fact, I don't think they'll go past it at all. I don't even think the stormtroopers will go past it, and they chase you like crazy later on in the game, especially at high levels. So that might be just in the lower stages of the level. So maybe they do cross over bodies later on. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played it. And that's basically Castle Wolfenstein. So a great game. Complex controls, or fairly complex. And another nice thing to see is back in the mid-90s, 1994, 1995, 1996 especially, and later on a little bit, mostly those 3 years though, I went back through and played a lot of my favourite Apple II games and created text files. And a lot of them are still up on the internet. I uploaded all the text files to Asimov, Apple's Asimov FTP site, and they've been mirrored all over the internet now, and here they are on text files, which is really nice to see that my files are still out there. So this is a little help file I did back in October 3rd, 1995. So it's lovely to see they're still there. So there's Castle Wolfenstein and Sneakers and Dino eggs and a whole bunch of other ones I did. Just writing down the controls just to help other people play and become and encourage other people to explore Apple II games. So yeah, lovely seeing those still there. Next up we've got Choplifter. Good old Dan Gorlin's 1982 Choplifter. Amazing he got it done for the Apple II. A great game. And fly a helicopter, rescue hostages, bring them back to base, go get more hostages, bring them back to base. And it gets harder and harder as you go along. So here we've got to fight tanks. Later on when you go out you've got to also fight, get around jets, and there's spaceships come out of space and all sorts of things. So I'm just killing the tank there, and then I'll rescue my little men, and they climb on. You can carry, I think it's 10 at a time, up to 10. And so I've got 5, 6. There goes the tank. Got to dodge it quickly. Push the wrong buttons here. There's the right button. Kill it. Kill, kill, kill. There we go. And I'll land and pick up this guy. Got to be careful. You can kill your men when you land on them, or if you land and pull down on the helicopter so it's thrusting down to the ground, then you can chop your guys up and, well, just die. That's all they do. You don't see the heads fly off or anything. You've got to land in the right spot. You've got to land right on the green. I'm playing with the keyboard here, so it's a little bit finicky. There we go. Right spot now. So there we go. I've rescued 6 guys so far, or 6 people. Go back and get some more. And you keep going through this level until you've rescued all the people, or they're all dead. So it's pretty gruesome. Here comes a jet. And once you've end this level, you've rescued all the people, or they're all dead. Then you go to the next level. So you can see there's little burning huts down below there. Basically, you've got to shoot the huts to encourage your men to run out. So it's a bit funny as well, I guess. And but I actually spent a lot of time looking for the arcade version of Choplifter. So there was this version of Choplifter in the arcades, but there was another one as well. Yeah. Anyway, on to Conan now. Conan, another terrific platform game for the Apple II. 1984, this one, Conan. And it's another early 80s game, early to mid 80s. I think all the ones I'm showing you in this video are all early to mid 80s, so I'm not showing you any of the later ones. And pretty cool music. So you get this bit of an intro sequence. You're not controlling the man yet. You don't start controlling him until he's in the castle. And basically you've got to just battle your way out of the castle, avoiding monsters, killing monsters if you can. Some monsters are indestructible. Other ones you can kill. Like in this level here, there's a little bat flying around, and you can kill him with your axe. Once you've got the axe, you don't have it yet. So all you can do is run and jump. And when you do a jump, you do a somersault. And there's also walk and run, and you can stop on ladders. And so the controls are, reasonably complex. Not as complex as Castle Wolfenstein, but still fairly complex. So I'm on to the next level now, on to level 2. This is a bit of a swine. You've got to make sure you do things right. It's easy to fall in the water down below there. If I push against the wall, now I've got my axe, so I can throw my axe. Here it's very easy to fall through between the branches of the trees. You hit your head and fall through, and you can land on those spikes right down the bottom. Once you've done it a few times, you can work out what to do though. There we go. Almost through the next level. Jump and spin. You've got to be moving to jump and spin. Don't hit the pterodactyl or whatever it is in the tree above. It always looked like a pterodactyl to me. Here we've got scorpions and ants to avoid. And what you've got to do is you've got to get that gem from the top level there. You've got to go through this door that teleports you from the bottom to the top. Get the gem, teleport back down again, climb the ladder, and then put it on that little receptacle, that little blue receptacle to the left of the scorpion. So, easy to die many times here. And there we go, I'll get through. Phew, got the gem. Got to dodge the pterodactyl again, or whatever it is, a parrot. I always think of it as a pterodactyl. And wait for the ants to go, time it right. Oop, they're back again. Oops, miss the portal in. Oops, back again. Watch out for the ants. Up the ladder. Whew, made it. So from here on out, it's pretty easy, the rest of the level. The trick was to avoid the ants. They're really tricky. They go through the portal, come back, and there's a gem in the receptacle, and a bubble appears, so you go in the bubble, float up a bit, and then you can somersault down through the bottom left there, avoiding those spikes at the top. Okay, so we're on to level 4 now. Pretty quick. This level here, it's a level that takes a fair bit of time to get through, because you've got to get gems and put them on the receptacles in the lower bottom corner, and that gives you a key. So you've got to get 2 gems to get through the level to open the doors, to get the key and open the doors. And you can also collect lots of axes while you're at it, but you've got to avoid all these little bouncing aliens or monsters, whatever they are, and they can be swines to avoid. Later on, I think there's about 5 or 6 that appear. They just slowly build up. Whoops, that was silly. The controls are quite complex, well, quite finicky. You press right to walk, and then press right again to run, and then press left to slow down and left to stop, and so on. It's not really intuitive controls like it is, but you can hide on ladders in certain places. That's one place I found you can hide right here. And on the ladder near the top on the other side is a good place to hide as well. So I could go up there and get that axe if I wanted to. That's disappeared. I can get the gem, but now there's a monster there. Now there's 2 monsters there. It's too risky to get it. Will I go get it? Oh, I'll try. Yep, righto. And so what I'll do is I'm skipping ahead, and I won't spoil it for people. So now I'm at the end of the level, and I'll go through. So there's 2 gems on the receptacles down the bottom there. In this level here, you've got to fight dragons, and they spit these green fireballs, but thankfully your axe can destroy the fireball and kill the dragons. So you'll note down the bottom there's that little fireball down the bottom there, which is pinching gems and taking them into the lava pits. So you've got to make sure you need 1 gem to finish the level, so you've got to make sure you get down there really quick. Anyway, skipping ahead to the end of the level, I didn't want to spoil it for people. If people want to play it, I won't spoil how you do it. This level here is probably the hardest level. It's a real sod. There's this eye roaming around, which you can kill, and that does something special. I won't spoil it for people. That does something special. But there's these electricity monsters which are spat out by that spinning orb in the middle, and you can't kill them at all. You'll note on the middle level there's these green little plates going backwards and forwards. They can short out and shock the electricity monsters. So the plates going backwards and forwards can actually help you. If you're not careful, you can get transported around on the plates. They just pick you up and start. There we go. I'm at the end of the level now anyway. But the plates can also transport you around, and they can shock you as well if you're not careful. And this is the final level. And this is an interesting level. That guy on the top left there catches gems and turns them into burning balls of electricity and flings them at you. So you've got to be careful to control yourself on the ladder. I'm on the ladder on the bottom left there, just going up and down, and that's it. So that's all I'll show you. So here we are doing Dino eggs. A great game for the Apple II, and one of my favourites, Dino eggs. So this is the introduction play here. You're exploring the prehistoric past via a time warp. You infected dinosaurs with common measles accidentally, condemning them to extinction. So your idea is you've got to save the Dino babies before they hatch. So you've got to go around collecting the little white eggs. You can do it for you are Time Master Tim. And you press Apple joystick and you can play with a keyboard. So that was quite good. I remember back in the early 80s I was playing with an Apple joystick, which was quite difficult. I tend to prefer the keyboard. So here we are on level 1, very easy level to start with. And you want to collect those white little eggs and bring them back to your time warp and warp to another part of the level. There we go, so I collected both those eggs. You can collect 3 at once. So we're now warping out and warping into another place in the level. If you warp out without anything, you end the level. So I'll get a bit of firewood now, and we'll start a fire. And that stops the Dino mum from stomping down on you. She sends a great big prehistoric footprint. I accidentally dropped one of the eggs then. I don't know why, I didn't notice that at the time. If you kill the spiders as they're dropping down, they will give you +1 points. You can drop these other things down which shelter the eggs, and there might be up to 3 eggs underneath one of those, or bits of firewood, or nothing, or various things as well. So I'm just getting 3 eggs at a time now, warping out. If you're carrying any eggs and you get bitten by a spider or a snake, it poisons the eggs, and you've got to run back to your time warp or you'll die. And if you get bitten by a snake or a spider, you've got to rush back to your time warp as well. and it just recharges you, and then when you get to full health, it stops. The poison in you is fixed. I've just picked up that power up there, and that means I can carry four little eggs now. So I can carry 4 eggs, and that just lasts, I think, for the rest of this level. I can't remember if it lasts to the next level as well, or for future levels. But it certainly lasts for this level. So we'll go and finish off the other covers over the eggs. There's this one egg there. I'll go back down and take this down to my time warp. You got to be careful not to jump in the fire. You can't jump the fire. You can't go near the fire. It kills you. Warping out. So I'll get that next. Uncover those next, whatever that is on the top there. Nothing. There's nothing there. So I'll jump across and go up the ladder and grab one of these ones. Also, if you drop one of these covers, these egg covers or whatever they are, on top of the fire goes out. So you got to be careful not to do that. The fire can go out, and that means Dino Mum's coming at you again. The great big paw stomping down on you. Okay, so pretty good game. You can see the fire's counting down. I think it started off at 9, now it's down to 2, now it's down to 1. The fire's going out, and we ended the level. Okay, so we start the next level now. Just more of the same, really. More spiders, more snakes, more eggs uncovered at the start. So you got to get to them quick before they hatch. Because if they hatch, the only thing you can do is get bitten by touch the Dino baby, which infects it, and you'll lose some points for that. So you want to catch all those eggs before they hatch, and get back to your time warp, and warp out, and then collect some more and keep going until your level's finished. You've got to time things very carefully. Those spiders drop down on you, the snakes bite you. There we go, the snake's bit me now. You'll see I'm poisoned, and my health's sticking down 83%, 100% back up again. So just go into your time warp, and that helps that. Dino Mum's coming, start a fire. I'll get some firewood. You can see the big leg coming down and stomping. And I'll start a fire down the bottom here. Start a fire, Mum's coming, and I started the fire just in the nick of time. Okay, jump the snake. The fires will also burn the snakes and the spiders if the spiders land in them. That only helps you on the ground level. You can start fires on any level. I've just got mine going on the ground level on this one. Jump the snake, get back in the warp, jump, damn snake, and I'll warp out. So 2 points per egg when you warp out. Oop, the baby got me there. Contamination. So now your health starts sticking down. Minus 10 points and the egg's poisoned. And you get minus 2, minus 10, minus 2, and your health ticks down. So you got to get back to your little time warp. Just stand in it. And I've ended the level there, just to show you. That's probably enough. So any eggs left behind, you lose points, 1 per egg. And that's pretty well Dino eggs. It's a great game. It gets harder and harder as you go along. I don't think I've ever played through to the end of it. I don't know if there is an end, so maybe I need to check that out. The early game I showed you, Apple Panics, definitely got an end, and you can check my webpage and see that. And Castle Wolfenstein's definitely got an end, and so on. So Bolo, I don't know about Bolo. I don't know if Bolo's got an end. And I don't know about Dino eggs. But that's it for today. That's my Apple II games. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.